Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be picking out my April TBR with my little TBR tub. It's not a TBR jar, it's a tub, and it's got this adorable little piggy in it. My boyfriend got this for me. It's super cute. I'm just going to set her there for a moment. It has little prompts in it that I made, and honestly I don't remember what I put on there. So this will be fun. But I do want to say that I am very much a mood reader. However, I've been trying to make TBRs and stick to them as closely as possible to try and tackle my physical TBR, because I own way more books that I haven't read that I have, and I'm really trying to fix that problem. So I thought in order to make it fun, I could just draw random prompts and then fill those with the books on my physical TBR, just to kind of kill two birds with one stone and just make it easier on myself, I guess. I also tend not to read that much during like every month because it kind of just depends on what I have going on. So April is my last semester of school and I'll have finals and a whole bunch of assignments to turn in. So I highly doubt I'll be reading that much, but I'm still gonna try. So I'm not exactly too sure how many books I'll put on this. I think I'll do like maybe 4, just to give myself options. That way, if I just want to pick something up randomly or I want to switch books, I'll have something already chosen for me. So I do want to say, before I draw anything, I might also be adding some of my March books that I'm currently reading onto that list, because I am not really close to finishing any of the books I was supposed to read in March. So I have Iron Widow, and I'm actually like very close to the end of this. I have only that much left, so I could finish it in the next couple days. I'm just not sure. So I just wanted to note before I actually choose the books that this also might be on the list. And same with Dune. I'm not that far into this. I'm only like 200 pages, so I still have a good way to go, and I don't think I'll finish this in March. So this will probably go on my April TBR as well, and I'd like to finish it in April. So those two will definitely be on my April TBR. I'm still going to choose 4 more just because I'm already currently reading those and I will finish those soon, but later for the month I'd like to have options. With that out of the way, let's begin. So maybe something that will help me will also be getting an audiobook, like to read if I'm really busy with other things. That way when I'm driving I can still be reading. So hopefully I can pick something that my library also has an audiobook. That would be fantastic, but if not, it's really no big deal. So let's draw our first one. I'm gonna shake it up. Hopefully I get a good prompt. Okay. Prompt is, oh, I got 2. Okay. So the prompt is book with a cute cover. That's kind of hard because I have a lot of books with cute covers. Like, cute is specific. It's not like a beautiful cover, because that would be really hard. It's like a cute cover, something that I think is cute, not just beautiful. Cute? Oh, perfect. I know what it is. Book that fills the book with a cute cover prompt is going to be Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. This was on my March TBR too, and I have not gotten to it, but this cover is adorable. It's got little Anne and all these quotes, and it's just super cute with all the colors. So that kind of works out because I wanted to read it in March and I didn't get to it. So I'll hopefully get to it in April. Don't know what this is about. It follows Anne. I think her last name is Shirley. I haven't watched the show in forever and I've never read this, obviously. And she lives in, I think it's like Prince Edward Island, like in Canada somewhere. And it's kind of more of like a coming of age story, and it's considered a classic, I guess. And just her like growing up and living her life and discovering things about the world. And I think it's going to be super wholesome and super cute, like the cover. Okay, now that the first book is picked, let's move on to the second. Give it a good shake. I feel like I need to add more prompts. Oh, okay. One fell out, so I think that is a sign. I should not have made these on sticky notes because they're impossible to open. Okay. A genre you don't read often. I know that's backwards, I'm sorry. Okay. So I mainly read fantasy and guess like young adult, you could say. More like fantasy romance, young adult. So I don't know. I guess I could do thriller, regular romance, or nonfiction, or just like something contemporary, because I mainly read fantasy. Or like historical, I guess, could also count. So I have a couple options that could count for that, but I don't know what I want to choose. So I think I'll just choose like a couple, and then we'll decide. So I think I chose too many options because I have 4 books that are contenders for a genre you don't read often. Starting with Blood Orange by Harriet Tice. This is a mystery thriller. Honestly, I don't know what it is about. I think it involves like an attorney with this case, and it's supposed to be really dramatic. And honestly, I have no idea. But I don't really read thrillers that often, I feel like. Not as much as fantasy, that's for sure. And I think this one would be good to pick up on audiobook too, because I feel like I enjoy my thrillers a lot more when I listen to them. Then I have Self-Made Man by Nora Vincent. This is a nonfiction, kind of like semi-autobiography. And it's pretty short, and I think this would be just interesting, just to break up kind of like the fictional stories I have. And then I have Stonefield by Christy Lindsay, I think is her name. I can't really read that. This is a historical young adult romance, if I'm not mistaken. I got this at a library book sale for like a couple bucks. And I don't really read like historical fiction that often. I read young adult a lot, but not historical young adult. And this is kind of like shorter, and I think it would be interesting. I don't really know what it's about, but I think it involves like a small town, like this mysterious boy who shows up, and the cover is really pretty. And then last is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I've always wanted to read this. I've really been in the mood for it recently, but I don't think I should get too ambitious as to get to it, because I want to be able to like really dissect and really just take in this story, because I've heard it's fantastic and everyone loves it, and I want to read it, especially so I can watch the movie. That'd be really nice. So I think I'm going to take Great Gatsby off that list and just decide out of these 3. And I can already tell it's going to be Blood Orange by Harriet Tice, because I've really been in the mood for this lately and just in the mood to listen to a nice thriller on audiobook. So this will fulfill the prompt for a genre you don't read often. Okay, so we've got 2 books picked, so let's move on to the 3rd one. Another shake is going. Got it. I need to change my paper I use. Okay. A book with a 1-word title. Okay, this is gonna be hard. I don't know if I have any. Actually, yes I do. I don't know why I said that. Okay. I don't want to read Twilight right now. One second. Okay. So I have 5 options here, not including Twilight and Cersei and maybe a couple others. I just know I don't want to read those right now. So let me go through these. I have Lore by Alexander Bracken. This is a YA Greek mythology urban fantasy. I don't really know what category it fits in, but it basically is kind of like a Greek mythology Hunger Games, I think is the best way to describe it. And then we have Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I don't think I'll pick this. Basically, it's like follows this mysterious carnival, and it follows sisters and like a mystery. One of the sisters goes missing. I've heard great things about this, and I really want to read this series, but I don't think I want to start it this month. So I think I'll put this away. Next we have Prodigy by Marie Lu. This is the 2nd book in the Legend trilogy. It's a YA dystopian. I read the first book like a year and a half ago maybe, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not picking this up sooner, because I really enjoyed the first one, so why wouldn't I go into the 2nd one immediately? But that's just classic me, so I'm not really surprised. And I do really want to read this, but I also don't think I'm in the mood for this right now. So then we have Yolk by Mary H.K. Choi. This is a I think YA contemporary, and again involves sisters and just kind of like revolves around their life and their relationship. So this might be interesting. And then I have Frog Kisser by Garth Nix. This is, I think, just a cute little fantasy. I honestly got this at Half Price Books, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, I got it because it has frogs on it, and I love frogs. So I think I might go with this one, honestly, because it is shorter, seems pretty easy, and just like a fun, like cozy adventure fantasy. Like, what is better than that? And I feel like it's more lighthearted, so it'll break up some of the like darker reads I got on this list so far. To fulfill the prompt of a book with a one-word title, I have Frog Kisser by Garth Nix. So now I get to choose the very last book. Honestly, now that I'm looking at my stack, it's very ambitious. I'm definitely not going to get to all of these, but like I said, I want to have my options picked out, ready for me to go, so that way I can just get them done. Let's get our last one. All right. Okay, that one was the quickest, I think. A book with a person on the cover. Okay, I feel like this topic is very broad because I didn't specify whether it's real person or like animated person. Because like, for example, Yolk. That's a person. Not a real person. I didn't clarify, so I don't know what to do. I think I will get I'm kind of going a bit easy on myself, and I definitely have more books with people on the cover, but I only chose 3 options because I really didn't want to overwhelm myself. So first we have The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I've been so excited to read this. This is on my like most excited books, like 5-star predictions list I have in my reading journal. And it's like a fantasy romance. I believe it's new adult and kind of like enemies to lovers. And I really don't know that much about it, but it's kind of short, and it seems like it'd be very fast-paced too. So I might go with this, but I'll explain the other books. And then I have The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. This came out not too long ago, and I believe it's like a YA thriller, and I think like paranormal thriller. I think it involves like a supernatural serial killer, if I'm not mistaken, which sounds super interesting, and I feel like this will be a very like fast-paced book, hopefully, and I hope it's spooky. That would be amazing. And I have Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton, which I've been so excited about, and I still haven't read this. Honestly, can't tell you why. But yeah, it's his autobiography. Talks about Harry Potter, and I feel like I'll absolutely fly through this, like eat it up, and it will be very like entertaining and kind of like mindless. Like it feels like it'll be watching like a documentary on him, even though I'll be reading it. So honestly, I think I'm torn between these two. I can't decide. Actually, this is pretty hard. You know what? As excited as I am for The Bridge Kingdom, I think this will be more enjoyable for me in the summer when I don't have to think about school, because I want to give my full attention to this. And that's not to say I don't want to give my full attention to this, but I feel like this will be easier and like still easily digestible, not as much as a fantasy, that I'll still be able to love it even if I'm like super stressed about homework. So to fulfill a 4th prompt with it is a book with a person on the cover. I chose Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. I have a big ol' 6 books on my April TBR. Let me take you through them. So first we have Dune and Iron Widow, which are both being transitioned from my March TBR to my April TBR. I'm currently in the middle of both of them, but I doubt I'll finish both of them, or at least one of them, in March. So I'm just pushing them over to April because I'm sure I'll finish them both in April. We have Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. This fulfilled the prompt of book with a cute cover. Next we have Blood Orange by Harriet Tice. This fulfilled the prompt of a genre you don't read often. We have Frog Kisser by Garth Nix. This fulfills the prompt of a book with a one-word title. And last but not least, we have Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton, and this fulfills the prompt of a book with a person on the cover. So yeah, overall, I'm very excited for all of these. I feel a little bit intimidated just because I think with Dune and Iron Widow on there, I'm just a bit like, oh, that looks like a lot, even though it's not. I'm gonna finish both of those. It's just the other four that I think are messing with me. But I hope I can get to all of them. That'd be great. I highly doubt it because it's my last month of school. But we'll see, and I will keep you updated in my reading vlogs and just in other videos, and you'll see at the end of the month, hopefully, when I film a wrap-up of my thoughts and how I felt about them. Thank you for coming along with me while I chose my April TBR. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video, whatever it is.